सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। We'll chant this stotra. मनोबुद्ध्यहङ्कार चित्तानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राण न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशः न वाक्पाणिपादौ न चोपस्थपायु चिदानन्दरूपः शिवो शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्षः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न पुण्यं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न वेदा न यज्ञाः अहं भोजनं नैव चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्। How can something have no beginning but an end like ignorance? Whose question is this? Yours, yes. Yeah. So you will get good marks in asking questions. Your maximum number of questions. Good. That's a nice thing, yeah. From handwriting I can make little bit better. Good handwriting. Yes, this is a big issue that something can be beginningless and still can have an end. Like ignorance. So people ask this Swamiji, when did I pick up ignorance? Or when did ignorance start? This is a very what is called bothering question. The question which bothers for a very long time to the seekers. I also was one of them. So you can console yourself. Let us ask, if ignorance, we can, in geometry on we have got the proof by the opposite supposition. Suppose ignorance had a beginning. Especially ignorance of myself had a beginning. Before it began means it began in time. So before ignorance began, what was that? Before ignorance began, what was that? There must be knowledge. The knowledge was there and ignorance began. Or suppose Swamiji, knowledge also was not there, and in the in the situation of blankness, ignorance began. Now, if something begins, it should have a cause, isn't it? If we accept the beginning, we have to accept the cause of the beginning. Now, what can be the cause for the beginning of ignorance? Eh? What? What can be the cause for the beginning of ignorance? Acha, do you know Chinese? Do you know Chinese? Do you know? Chinese you know? Okay. Then which language you don't know? Russian. Russian you know? Okay. So when did the ignorance of Russian language begin? Huh? No, no. But according to Shastra, you were always there. Because if you are accepting ignorance to be always there, then you also were always there. So let us say that you started with ignorance, means you are accepting yourself to be as good as the body is. Then only you can say, no, since I existed. You are talking from the standpoint of the body, or you are talking from the standpoint of a jiva. Huh? If you are talking from the standpoint of the body, then first of all we have to take care of that issue, that you are not the body. You are talking from the standpoint of jiva. Now you tell me, when did jiva start? So if you can accept jiva to be beginningless, you are not accepting jiva to be beginningless? No, that's what. Ignorance did not begin, jiva did not begin, because ignorance is the karana sharira, which is the beginningless upadhi of jiva. Therefore, ignorance did not begin. It cannot begin also. Because what will cause ignorance, you tell me? What will cause ignorance? Huh? Not? See, that not knowing causes ignorance. Not knowing is absence. Absence cannot create anything. So then, knowing something, but you can know something wrongly only when you have ignorance of that thing. Without ignorance, mistake cannot happen. In fact, Swamiji, I think Swami Paramarthananda said nicely, missing the fact and taking something else as the fact is called mistake. So every mistake presupposes ignorance. See, I mistake you for some other lady, then I must have ignorance of you. So mistake follows ignorance, not precedes ignorance, doesn't precede ignorance. Anyway, so any ignorance cannot begin, because one thing is that anything we can establish based on pramanam, okay, based on the means of knowledge. Now, you don't have perception. Did you see, oh, ignorance started here, ignorance began? Perception is not there. And since perception is not there, perception based anumanam also is not having the access. Then we have pramanam of Shruti. And Shruti is presenting ignorance as anadi. Anadi maya suptaha. So there is no pramanam to establish the beginning of it. In fact, we have pramanam to call pramanam for the beginningless of the ignorance. And therefore, ignorance does not have beginning. And I tell you, so this is the logical answer, that any beginning to be established, there should be a means of knowledge. Is it acceptable or not? Otherwise, I will say elephant is standing here. And why, how do you say? Just simply, chumma. So, without pramanam, if you are accepting anything, then I can get away with saying anything. So, we have to accept that anything can be established based on the pramanam. Now, beginning of ignorance, how will it be established? Then you may ask Swamiji, beginningless, how is it established? By Shastra. But for beginning, we don't have. It is your responsibility. I am telling ignorance is beginningless. If you want to challenge me, you have to establish beginning. Onus is on you. I am telling doesn't have beginning. You establish. Yeah, that's how, when you talk logically, we have to follow the principles of logic. So we have a little bit loose logic. So when we come to this type of thing, we have to follow tight logic. So we do not have any pramanam to establish the beginning of ignorance. Perception is not there. And the anumanam is always based on some perception. You have seen smoke and fire together, therefore you are saying that smoke is there, therefore fire must be there. And therefore, ignorance cannot be, the beginning of ignorance cannot be established by pratyaksha, perception, by inference or any other such means. Only Shabda Pramanam was there. The Shabda Pramanam is not establishing the beginning of ignorance. In fact, it is talking about Anadi. And therefore what? Ignorance is beginningless. Why? The beginning of it cannot be established. For establishing beginning, we have to establish the cause for the beginning. Because Janma, when you accept, you have to establish the cause for the Janma, birth, which we cannot. I also had so many years this problem. This resolved by grace of the teachers. All right. Now, I will show you the beauty of, first it is a logical answer. We don't start with the beauty, we start with logical answer and then show the beauty. Ignorance is beginningless is a beauty, is a very great thing, it's a very saving grace. You know why? Because imagine ignorance had a beginning. Then what will happen? With great difficulty attending so many retreats, you remove Ajnanam. So many sadhana, shravana, manana, nididhyasanam, before that karma yoga, upasana, so much you worked very hard. And with great difficulty you removed ignorance. That is what the whole pursuit is. Jnanena ajnana nivrutti, ajnana nivruttya bandha nivrutti. So by removal of ignorance, by getting knowledge, ignorance is removed. And by removal of ignorance, ignorance born, bondage is removed. That is a moksha, that is a Vedanta Siddhanta. Now, you great difficulty, bahunam janmanam ante, after so many janmas you became Jnanavan and you removed the ignorance. Now, ignorance has a beginning. So what will happen? One day it will start again for you. Thank God, ignorance does not have beginning. If had it had the beginning, then you are never secure. It is like, this cold and fever and all. Once gone, again it will come because it has beginning. If ignorance had a beginning, then you had it. Why? You can never be free from ignorance completely. So ignorance, thank God, it has no beginning, it has got only end. It knows how to go, it doesn't know how to come. Thank God. In fact, I tell you, my final conviction had this particular point. Because sometimes our head is accepting, but our heart is not accepting. Now our heart also will accept. That's true. It's good. It doesn't have beginning. Thank God it doesn't have beginning. Had it had beginning, you will again have beginning. Again it will begin for you. So you will never be free. You have a potential of ignorance. Anything can begin when it has potential. So potential doesn't go. Like certain disease is gone, but some germs have not gone. So it will remain. Germs of ignorance will remain. Thank God, ignorance is beginningless. You think over that. That's how, this is the question, and it is a matter of what is called conflict, botheration for so many seekers for so many years. This is one of the common questions. So it's beginningless. Good. In fact, beginningless, then it is a good thing that you will not have guilt also. Why? I did not pick up ignorance. It has been there. हम ऐसे ही है. I tell you, it's such a grace. You have to see the beauty of it. At such purpose, if I start with showing the beauty, you think Swamiji doesn't have logic, therefore he's showing the beauty. No, I have. That's why I am in this field for so many years, and I myself have worked on that, so I know it. Therefore, we first see the logic, and still our heart doesn't believe. Then we give this argument. You establish beginning logically. It cannot be established. Beginning cannot be established. Therefore, it is beginningless. Something to be there, it should be established. And it is not established. You have got only 2 eyes. Do you have 5 eyes? No. So, why the 3 extra eyes are not established? Therefore, not there. If I tell you, prove that you don't have 5 eyes. You show me. It is my responsibility if I am saying that you have got 5 eyes. And therefore, we have to see that how the logic works. So, logic has to work in this direction. That the mana dhina meya siddhihi. The meya siddhi means establishment of any subject matter is based on the pramana. Mana dhina meya siddhihi. All right. If I hope it is satisfied. Not satisfied, you can ask once again. I will answer this almost same or with some more details. But it takes time to get convinced. It takes time. Let it take time. But it is, as I told you, it is the responsibility of the person who has asked to establish the beginning. Beginning has to be established. Beginninglessness is not established. So in a jurisprudence is what? If a person is accused, whatever crime, it is the responsibility of the what is called prosecutor to establish that he has done crime. Otherwise, person says, I have not done. Ignorance says, I have no beginning. You establish beginning. Why I should establish beginningless? You establish beginning. I have no responsibility. That's how it is. You think over that. See, but what happened? We say this is too logical. That's how they. See, our approach sometimes is like this. We want logical answer, but when logic becomes overwhelming, you say too logical. So, kya kare bhai? So you want fan, but no, it's too much fan. Then we reduce. No, it's too less. So what to do? So that's how it is. All right. But this is a very common question. I mean, when you become little serious about Vedanta, in the beginning, these are not the issues. In the beginning, we have the issue of understanding Atma, Anatma, Viveka, all this. That are the issue. But when you take subject matter more and more seriously, this type of questions are bound to happen. And no teacher should make fun of it. No teacher should snub the questioner. It's a genuine question. All right. If waking itself is ultimately dream-like, mithya, then could the seeker, I, Guru, and even the pursuit of moksha, all being to another dream framework? Yeah. That's what we are going to tell today. Na guru na shishyaha. In Dakshinamurti also, Shishya taya tathaiva pitruputra dhyatmana bhedataha. So, all are kalpita. So, it is there. So, now all of us are in a dream. From the standpoint of Satchidananda Brahma, Chidananda Brahma, this is a dream. We are having a class in a dream. We not only class, okay? Don't say only class. Dining hall, going, eating also is there. Otherwise people say, Swamiji, how long I have to be in the dream? I have to go to dining hall. Dining hall also going, is it what? In dream. From the Paramarthic standpoint, from the standpoint of absolute reality, all these are Swapnavat. This is another dream. One is the regular dream which we are aware of. This is another dream. Sometimes it happens. In the dream you dream. So this is like this. Yes. So this is another dream. So nothing wrong in it. Is it dream? But Swamiji, it looks so real. In the dream also it was looking real only. In the dream, do you get a doubt? Is it real or not? Generally not. Sometimes because of Vedanta Samskara you have. But generally you don't get a doubt in dream. You feel it is real only. You fight, you cry, everything you do in dream. So Paramarthika Drishtya, from the standpoint of Paramarthika Drishtya means from the standpoint of absolute reality, this is a dream only. The last one is Aham Brahmasmi. When all the duality is gone, then what is there? All the duality is gone, and only there is a Chaitanya Prakasha, appreciation of Chaitanya Prakasha. That is called awakening, final awakening. Second awakening, super awakening. Swami Paramarthanji sometimes super awaker, super waker. All right, so we can complete this. Today we'll do that. So this Nirvana Shatkam is firstly correcting my mistake. What is a mistake? I consider this body mind sense complex alone as myself. I am fat, I am seated here, I will go. Or I am sad, I am intelligent, not intelligent. All these are mistake. What type of mistake? Considering myself to be this body mind sense complex, which is not my true nature. And this mistake is technically, in Sanskrit it is called adhyasaha. We are using simple word mistake, but technically it means adhyasaha. You must have heard the word adhyasaha. Adhyasa means superimposition. And this adhyasa is of two types. One is called dharmi adhyasa, other is called dharma adhyasa. So dharmi adhyasa means the entity itself is superimposed. Like the body mind sense complex and its relationship is superimposed. Whereas dharmadhyasa means the qualities are superimposed. When I say I am here, so I am identifying with the body as an entity. And when I say I have lot of fat, I have lot of weight, then it is a dharmadhyasa. So some are highlighting dharmi adhyasa, the superimposition of the entity and identification with the entity. And other one is dharmadhyasa, superimposition of the attributes of anatma. So here both of them are negated. When he says na punyam, na papam, na saukhyam, na dukkham, this is the negation of dharmadhyasa. Superimposition of the qualities are negated. And na mantro na tirtham na vedana yajnaha. So this is negating this what is called sadhakatva, the status of being a sadhaka. I am the seeker who has to grow, who has to get the chitta shuddhi, who has to get purity in different ways. And here it is dismissed. You are someone who does not require any mantra, doesn't require any tirtha, doesn't require even Vedas, doesn't require any yajna. In the pursuit of moksha, we have three stages. One is called samsari stage, which is the beginning stage of everyone. Samsari means what? I am bound. And I don't think that I can ever be free. And I keep on blaming the world. And I take myself to be victimized. and Ishvara is my savior. Or some people don't believe in Ishvara. But I am someone who is victimized or can be victimized. And I have to fend for myself. And whenever I get opportunity, I will grab maximum. This is what samsari is. Samsari finds happiness, security, peace in grabbing more and more things. And he considers himself to be victimized. And they say that offense is the best way of defense. I have to defend myself, and many a times to defend myself, I have to attack on others. This type of mentality is samsari mentality. So the first stage is what? Samsari or samsaritvam. Second is sadhaka. No, I am a sadhaka. Means I am seeker of freedom. I would like to have sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, vairagyam, which includes vairagyam. And I do not think that grabbing more and more I will be happy. In fact, I am thinking that by reducing my possession, I will be happier. So the entire value system changes. This is what many people are missing. People, they study Vedanta, but the sadhakatva, I am a sadhaka, as a sadhaka my values should be different, that doesn't come. They keep on attending Vedanta classes, but whatever grabbing mentality, exploiting mentality, that which was there, continues to be there. And they think that these are two different things. But you have not progressed if the change in your approach has not come. Your value system should undergo a change. That sadhaka will consider karma to be an opportunity for growth. Samsari will consider karma to be a burden or the means of getting the pleasure, getting the wealth and pleasure. Very approach changes. Sadhaka looks upon Ishvara not as the one who punishes. Sadhaka looks upon Ishvara as someone who is embodiment of grace. He is trying to see the grace of Bhagavan in every situation. That is what makes person sadhaka. And if somebody has insulted, then sadhaka doesn't have this, what is called hatred. He looks upon it, it is an exhaustion of some karma, and this also has helped me to see how much I have grown in my pursuit of accommodation. So very approach of sadhaka is different. If somebody took away some of my bhoga, I feel it is good. I was not letting it go, it has been taken. This is what this sadhaka's approach. And that doesn't come. Many people study Vedanta for so many years, but I am a sadhaka, that doesn't come. And sadhakatvam has to be maintained for quite a number of years. So many years it is required. But finally, I have to see I am not even a sadhaka. Who am I? I am siddhaha. I am ever accomplished. How do you say? By studying the Vedanta effectively, by doing Shravana Manana Nididhyasanam, having attained sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, I see I am not a sadhaka. So sadhakatva is something like a soap. When you take bath, what do? You apply soap. And afterwards you leave it there? No. You remove it. Then somebody said, if you have to remove the soap, why should you apply the soap? But do you apply or not? Please apply. For your sake and others' sake also. So how this soap is something which is required for cleansing. Similarly, so the sadhakatvam is something like soap, intermediary stage. From samsari attitude, you cannot directly go to siddha attitude. In between is required. And in the sadhaka, we have to let go of so many things. Therefore, people don't like it. People say, Swamiji, you tell that you are ever free, ever free. That I like, Swamiji. All these sadhana, chatushtaya, sampatti, karma yoga, seva, all this I don't like. There are many people. They think, Swamiji, I like Vedanta because in Vedanta, you don't have to do anything. You are ever free. I am listening this, Swamiji, but nothing has happened much. Why? Because intermediary stage which is required is not followed. So, first samsari to sadhaka, sadhaka to siddha. And once I have discovered that nothing is to be attained, I am ever free, then na tirtham, na veda, na yajnaha. And I am not even the triad of experiencer, experience and the object of experience. This was what we saw yesterday. Now we'll go to the next shloka. Na mrutyur na shanka na me jati bhedah pita naiva me naiva mata na janma na bandhur na mitram gurur naiva shishyah Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Please read. Na mrityuhu na shanka. In fact, another reading is na me mrityu shanka. I think that reading is followed there. So, na me na mrityuhu means for me there is no death. Death is a very frightening thing for jivas. In Yoga Shastra, one of the klesha is called abhinivesha. Abhinivesha means fear of death. Sarva prani abhirudaha. So, fear of death. People say sometimes, I'm not afraid of death, I'm not afraid of death. But when a Yamaraja comes, knocks at the door, they will say, go to some other house. By mistake you have come. So, when you understand that I am Chidananda Rupaha, distinct from the body, not limited by the body, even though body is myself, but I am not the body. Like the role is the actor, but actor is not the role. When I have understood this type of relationship between me and the body, then I know that there is no death for me. Actually, you know what is death? Death is a separation of the gross body and subtle body. Gross body, subtle body taking divorce. Subtle body says, I don't want you. Okay. Then gross body remains there. That is what is called divorce. That is called mrityuhu. Just separation. It is the separation of gross body and subtle body. That is what death. So really speaking, nothing dies. Gross body also remains, subtle body also remains. But separation is known as death. Whereas, who am I? I am Chidananda, in whose presence the separation between the two is happening. Therefore, for me, mrityuhu na. And na shanka. Shanka we can connect with the mrityu shanka. I do not have fear of death. For me, there is no fear of death. Why? Because death is not there. and name jati bhedaha. For me, the division of the social class is not there. Means what? I am not Brahmana, I am not Kshatriya, I am not Vaishya, I am not Shudra. Why? Because this division belongs to the body. A person is born in a Brahmana family, therefore is called Brahmana. Born in Kshatriya family is called Kshatriya. But based on that birth, I consider myself to be Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and have complexes based on that. Brahmin, non-Brahmin division is so much. And sometimes Brahmins will be exploiting the other class. And sometimes other class will be so angry on Brahmana as it happened in Tamil Nadu. So many Brahmins were harassed so much they had to live. So, what Vedanta says, even though for all practical purpose we do accept this classification, which is a very beautiful classification. We don't have time to go into that, but this is called Varna Vyavastha. This is called the social classification. And who has created? Bhagavan says, I have created. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagashaha. So, this social classification is meant for harmony. Like we have a lecture hall, we have a dining hall. It's a classification. In dining hall you should not eat. In the lecture hall you should not eat. And in dining hall we should not start giving a class. So we have a functional division. In our body also we have functional division. Hands are meant for hands. Hands should not think. And our brain should not walk. So brain should remain. Brain says, no, legs only are walking. Why not me? Job satisfaction not there. So starts walking. Then what will happen? So in our body there is a functional division. Therefore there is a harmony. In every society there will be this functional division. Without that it cannot work. In fact, sometimes people when they are served rice, they make division. You know that? They make division. This is for rice, sambar rice, this is for rasam rice, this is for curd rice. This is what they do. So imagine in one rice itself they are making division, functional division. So it is for harmony. But since it has not been used properly, some is misunderstood and this system was exploited by some people. And because of that, it has got a very bad name. But originally, it was meant for social harmony. So that we have people for every job and everybody has a job. Nowadays, what is happening? For some jobs, we have got so many people. For 100 posts, we will have 1 lakh applications. And for certain jobs, we don't have people. In fact, that pure science also is getting neglected now. People don't want to study pure science. People don't want to go for the study of Vedas. We are not getting students. Money is there, but students should come. Very hardly. People say, I will donate money for Pathshala, but I will not send my son to Pathshala. This is what we have, our double standard. Let somebody's son become Veda scholars. Anyway, so the Varna Vyavastha was very good. But Shastra says it is a functional division. You should not give reality to this division. And therefore, finally, when you are appreciating your true nature, you have to see this. I am not a Brahmana. I am not a Kshatriya. I am not a Vaishya. I am not a Shudra. Because the entire division belongs to the body. Based on the body only, this division is there. Therefore, jati bhedaha me nasti. Of course, here we have got division based on guna also. That's why we have got 3 types of Brahmana. One is called Guna Brahmana, other is called Karma Brahmana, and third is called Jati Brahmana. So Brahmana, similarly Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, all. So all 4 classes will have 3 subdivisions. And all of them are based on upadhi. So finally you see what? I am free from all this classification. So that you don't have any complex based on that. Brahmanas have got one type of complex and non-Brahmana has got another type of complex. There is no basis for complex. It was just functional division at some level, very superficial level, at the level of the body. I am not that. Then, Pita neva me neva mata. For me there is no father, for me there is no mother. So if you tell this to your parents, I have no father, I have no mother, then they will be angry. Already they are angry with you because you are attending Vedanta classes. Then you are giving one more reason to them to be unhappy. So it is just for your understanding that this relationship of the father-son, mother-son is superficial at the level of the body. Why? Because I am born to someone, and I am born to someone means the body is born to someone, that person is called father, that person is called mother. Whereas I do not have janma, the last word is what? Janma. I do not have birth. And if birth is not there, the janayita, janaka, pita, how can there be there? Because father is the one who is responsible for my birth. Mother is the one who has given birth. So both the definition, father and mother, is based on what? Based on janma. When janma itself is not there, then janma based relationship, how can it be absolute? When janma itself is mithya, is unreal, only it is believed, then janma based relationship also not there. Pita, mata, na. And one more way we can see that how many, as a jiva, how many fathers and mothers you had in the past? Millions. And if you don't get moksha this time, we hope you will get, but suppose you don't get, then next time you will be born, you will have different parents. Different parents. It's like an actor. So he is marrying so many actresses, So similarly, in different janmas, you are getting associated with different parents. That is why once Narada was requested by one king that my son died, you please bring him back. So Narada said it will not work, but he was not ready. So he said, okay. Then he said, okay, I will invoke that jiva who has departed from this body. Then he called that jiva because of yoga shakti. That you come, your parents are crying. Your father and mother are crying. Please come back. Then jiva said, which father you are talking? Which mother you are talking? I had so many fathers and mothers in so many janmas. I, as a jiva also, we do not have intrinsic relationship. Out of gratitude we are doing this Shraddha, Tarpanam, etc. But from Vedantic standpoint, absolute relationship is not there. So don't stop doing Shraddha, Tarpana. Because Swamiji said, I have no father, no grandfather. So stop doing. No, don't misuse Vedanta. What it means to say, don't give absoluteness to this relationship. Na pita, na eva mata. And remember, you are telling for your parents that I have no father, you have no mother. But your children also can say the same thing. That time you should not get angry. When you told your parents, you expected them not to get angry. But your children also, in fact, your children also you should teach. I am not really your father. I am not really your mother. You are ajanma. When they are mature, don't tell in the beginning. Otherwise they think you are going to abandon them. So don't tell. Alright. Pita, mata, na. Because na janma. I am birthless. It's a very important thing to know. I am free from birth. Be convinced that you are not born. Swami Chinmayanji told one Swamini, let your parents also not convince you that you are born. No. Means your parents also should not tell, see, you are born to us. Let your parents also not convince you that you are born. Means your parents also should not be able to convince You are born to us, you are born to us, you are born. No. In fact, birthday, when your happy birthday is there, one thing you can do is appreciate this fact. What? I am not born. Birthday is a good day to remind ourselves what? I am not born. And it will have one good side effect, good effect. Side effect, a good effect is if somebody forgot to wish you, you will not feel bad. In fact, you will thank the person. See, he did not wish me because he thinks that I am not born. Really. He is teaching me Vedanta by not wishing me. Because I am not born. I am unborn Chidananda, and to me he is wishing happy birthday is an insult. He didn't want to insult me. You can see it that way. Otherwise, this is a big issue. Especially husband and wife. This wife remembers husband's birthday, but husband doesn't remember. Therefore, you are always like this. You always forget. She will ask, you know what is today? Like that. You know, I have just read it, okay? I don't have first-hand experience. Otherwise, you will ask, Swamiji, how do you know all this? This I have heard and read. Okay. So, na janma, I do not have birth. Na bandhuhu, I do not have relative. Na mitram, I don't have friend. And I don't have guru also. Guruhu naiva. For me, there is no guru. But at least shishya? No, na shishyaha. So I do not have relative, I don't have friend. This is a very good thing. Because many people have this complex. See, Swamiji, I don't have many relatives. I don't have friends. So you are free from all relationships. Because relationship is there at the level of the body, mind, sense complex. You are asangaha. So no relationship, it is okay. But Swamiji, Guru Shishya, that should be there. Yes. In Buddhism they say, we do not endorse that view, but Buddhism they say, when you are enlightened, kill the Buddha. They say, kill the Buddha. Means your teacher, you kill. So, but we don't say that, okay? Otherwise I will be unsafe. So, at the body level. So we say, we have very, very beautiful way of saying that Ajivanam Trayasevyaha Vedanto Gururishwaraha Adau Jnanaptaye Paschat Kritagnatva Nivruttaye. Means what? In our life, if we want Jnanam and Moksha, then three entities, three things should be served. Whole life. What? Vedanta, Shastra, Guru and Ishvara. Adau, in the beginning, when you don't have knowledge, that time these three should be served, worshipped. For what? Jnanaptaye, for attaining knowledge. But after attaining knowledge, why should I bother about them? No. Kritagnatva nivruttaye, for avoidance of ungratefulness, you should worship them. But knowing fully well that Gurutva, being Guru or being Shishya, is not my nature. It is just one more superimposition on me. I by myself am neither Guru nor Shishya. Who am I? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Now, in the last shloka, he says, Aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupaha vibhurvyapya sarvatra sarvendriyanam sada me samatvam na muktir na bandha Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. Please read. Aham nirvikalpaha. Vikalpa means division. I am free from division. And what is the fundamental division? Fundamental division is subject-object division. Drik drishya vikalpa is the fundamental vikalpa. Vikalpa means division. I am the subject, everything is the object. That is the fundamental division. All other divisions will fall within this division only. In the beginning we said that I am the drashta, body, drishyam, therefore I am different from the body. I am drashta, I am the sakshi, the knower of the mind, different from the mind. In the initial stage, yes, we have to do that. Why? Because we have identification with one particular body, mind, sense complex. Once that purpose is served, then I appreciate that I am free from this subject-object division. I am non-dual reality. Like in the dream, there is a subject-object division. But the truth behind that subject-object division is one waker consciousness. Similarly, the truth behind this world which is called Drishyam and I Drashta, the truth behind it, Drishya and Drashta, is one homogeneous consciousness. So, I am Nirvikalpaha. This is very important in Vedanta because generally people have got craze for Nirvikalpa Samadhi. In fact, they asked Swamiji, you had Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So, that is what people think the ultimate. Our Shastra says, no, Nirvikalpa Samadhi is not the destination. Discovery and assimilation of the understanding that I am ever Nirvikalpaha. I am ever free from division. Your Nirvikalpa Samadhi is subject to coming and going. You say, I was in Nirvikalpa Samadhi for 1 month. Not 1 month, nobody will be. 1 hour, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Coming and going. Whereas Vedanta says, you are ever Nirvikalpaha. You are ever free from division. I am Nirvikalpaha. Nirakara Rupaha. I am of formless nature. So, I do not have any form. Consciousness, I am consciousness. Consciousness doesn't have form, square, circle, etc. Short, long, no. I am formless. I do not have boundary. Formless implies what? Boundaryless. And Vibhuhu. I am all pervasive. And how am I all pervasive? That is explained. Vyapya. Having pervaded. Sarvatra means sarva visheshu. In all objects. Sarvendriyanam, of all the organs. Having pervaded all the objects of all the organs, I am Vibhuhu. I am all pervasive. See, this paper is what? The object of the eyes. I consciousness pervade this object. Unless I pervade this object cannot be known. Like light, the object cannot be seen unless it is pervaded by light. Similarly, by light of consciousness, everything has to be pervaded. So, every object is pervaded by me, consciousness. But here, one thing you have to remember, when I say I am pervading all, I doesn't mean this body. I means consciousness, which is existence, that is pervading all the objects. So, sarvatra sarva visheshu, sarvendriyanam sarva visheshu vyapya. Having pervaded in all the objects or all the objects of all the organs. And sadame samatvam. This is a very beautiful thing. For me, there is always sameness, changelessness. Means I am ever the same. You must have heard this shloka. Asangoham, asangoham, asangoham punah punaha satchidananda rupoham ahamevaham avyaya. So there, Pujya Swamiji used to say, aham, ahameva. I am I alone. It's a very beautiful thing. I remain I alone. Aham, ahameva. I don't change. In Jagrata Avastha, I am Chit Swarupa. In Swapna Avastha, Chit Swarupa. In Shushupti, Chit Swarupa. Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti. In all three states, I am Ananda. Not that Swamiji, Jagrat kya Ananda hai. So that is not that. All states I am Ananda. So I am Samaha. Samaha means ever the same. Aham, ahameva. I am ever the same. Alright. And that samatvam is further explained. Na muktihi na bandhaha. For me there is no bondage. For me there is no freedom. If bondage is there, there can be freedom. So from the standpoint of what really I am, which is Satchidananda Atma, Brahma, there is no bondage. And since bondage is not there, freedom also is not there. Then Swamiji, what are we doing all this for moksha, moksha you are telling? We say bondage is notional. Bondage is a notion. What notion? I am bound. I am bound is the notion, and that notion is called bondage. What is freedom? Freedom from that notion that I was bound. Like that cow, when Swamiji used to give the example, that one Shishya, he used to serve one Guru, and Guru had some cows. So he used to graze the cow, and evening he will come and tether this cow. They tie this cow to that wooden peg. And then one day it somehow went out, or it was loosened and came out. So the Shishya was worried, what will happen? Then he told the Guru what to do. He said, you just go through the motion of tying. You pretend as if you are tying. And he did it. And it remained. So Shishya thought Guru must be having some magic. So morning, when he went, he just tried to drive the cow out. But cow was not moving. Then he asked Guruji that you have done some, what is called, Stambhana mantra. You know, there is some Stambhana mantra. If that is applied on you, you remain wherever, like this you will be. So, was it there? He said, no. Guru said, did you untie? He said, I did not tie. No, but you did the pretension of tying. Now you have to do what? You have to pretend as though if you are untying. So, cow thought, I am tied. And now he did the motion of untying. Then what happened? Cow thought, now I am untied. So when he thought I am tied, that time also untied. So I am ever free. There is no bondage for me. Therefore, na bandhaha, na muktihi. Then who am I? Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am Chidananda Rupaha, who is Shivaha, auspicious, who is the truth of everything. So with this stotram is completed. And this stotram has got only two messages. I am not this limited body, mind, sense complex, and I do not have the attributes of this body, mind, sense complex. This is one message. Second is, I am Satchidananda, existence, consciousness, fullness, which is Shivaha, which is the truth of everything. And therefore, from this study of the stotra, what is the take home? Learn to be objective with reference to everything. First, you need to develop the objectivity. The first message of this classes is learn to be objective. Objective means what? Seeing things as they are. Don't have so many things. This is lucky, this is unlucky. You know, people have this. This is not good day, this is day, good day. Learn to be as objective as possible. Don't become too superstitious. So that is first thing, objective, seeing things as they are. So first you start with the external things and then apply to the body, mind, sense complex. So learn to be objective with reference to the world and body, mind, sense complex. And second is, learn to own up yourself to be Satchidananda Shivaha. And third take home is, try to chant this stotra every day. So these are the three take homes you can have. So with this we conclude this stotra. Iti Srimad Shankaracharya Virachitam Atma Shatkam Sampurnam. So with this we conclude our retreat. So all of you can, will conclude and all of you can come and take prasadam from me. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.